Okay, so if you saw my last video that I showed you these frames and stuff sitting here, so this time I'm putting together the SS14, which is this frame here, or I guess either one of the two blue frames, but we've got a 71 SS14, a 72 Suburban 12, and a 79 GT18. And then right outside the garage door there is a 76 SS16 that I've got tore apart, and I've got it wire wheeled on the bare metal, but that'll be coming soon. I gotta get it painted and everything. This is the dash off of that, which will probably end up on that GT18. It needs some repair here at the bottom because it's busted, and it's, of course, it's one of them plastic ones that shatter. So my plan is to re-support the inside with some fiberglass stuff, just to kind of relayer everything to make that good to go again. But I'm gonna get some stuff done on this SS14. I'm gonna use my forklift again as the table to put it together, so I'll set it up here. I'm gonna use all new bolts like I typically do. Bolts, washers, lock washers, what have you. So I'm gonna get the rear frame, front frame, and the middle frames put on, and I'll come back and I'll show you the update on it. Okay, so you would have saw by that on what I got done. So of course I got the front axle on. I got just the front tires, which the rims aren't painted yet or even cleaned up or nothing. I just stuck them on there so it can hold the front in the air. Got the transmission, or the whole rear back of the tractor, hanging from my forklift so I can get the transmission put in. So I'm actually going to show this on a video that'll be coming up on how to remove one of these transmissions and to put it back in a tractor. So I'll talk about it more in that video. But the high and low range lever, I have been just taping like that just to hold it so I can work this and not worry about that. I just tape it to the frame. I already put in the bolts for the fenders because they're kind of stuck to get in otherwise. Just makes it a little bit easier. Of course, make sure the high and low range lever is in there, and this will probably get in the way. And then of course the little part that it pushes in here, I always shift that all the way in just to get it out of the way. So yeah, I'm going to get this put in, and I'll come back once it's put in. Okay, so I got the transmission put in, everything's all tightened down. I got the fenders just kind of, I guess, actually bolted in. They're bolted down tight. So this is when things kind of start getting kind of interesting. So I have some homemade floorboards that I don't know why I'm using them on here, but here they are, I guess. It's what got painted and it's what's in the pile, so they have to get used somewhere. So now the thing that is interesting with these is I didn't drill any holes for the mounting of these, so that is going to be kind of interesting to figure out now without scratching up this paint. But if I set this on there about where it goes, it lines up sort of till you go to here where it kind of moves back. So I'll just bend up the back part when it says it's bolted on, because otherwise I'm never going to get it right. So I'm going to get these two floorboards here put on, which is a thing I'm not looking forward to, but it has to be done. So I'm going to get them to put on, and I'll show you how it turns out once I turn the camera back on. Okay, so I got the floorboards put on, and I'm actually kind of surprised on how actually pretty good they turned out. So I had to stick something through here to prevent the floorboard from bending up, and I grabbed this and I pulled it this way quite hard, and I got it de-bent. I got all the holes drilled and everything underneath here. You can see it's just galvanized steel, but I'll end up painting that white or something. I temporarily just shoved the unpainted clutch rod in there, or a clutch pedal, and it moves freely, so that's good, so nothing pinches. So these two bolts here, what sucks with this is when I put the tread stuff on there, it's going to have a couple little bubbles in it. So I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing really to do to prevent that, but they fit actually quite well considering they're homemade floorboards. So this one here, I did the same type of deal, other than I scratched the paint up there, but It's nothing a little touch up can't do. And the inside here, you can see that it's kind of like not very shiny looking. That's because the black tread things go right on there, so I didn't worry about wasting clear coat on that because the stuff gets stuck on there really hard anyway, and it's no big deal. But my next thing I think I'm going to do is put the rear tires on it, which are still unpainted, but I'm just going to stick them on there so I can roll it around. And then hook up put the dash on, hook up the steering wheel, do that type of stuff, at least have a rolling chassis. And then I can get this forklift and stuff out of here. Then I can worry about cleaning the tires and stuff up. But anyway, I'm going to do what I just said, and I'll come back and show you the progress. Okay, so as you can see, I got a bunch of stuff done. Dash and steering wheel's on. It does steer, and that steering feels nice and solid, nice and tight, but yet enough to spin it freely. Steering wheel is very crooked compared to actually, tires aren't even straight yet. I guess that's more like straight. It's pretty crooked, so I will have to take the gear off down there and center it. It's no big deal. I got my white reupholstered seat, full of wrinkle edition, put on, along with the rear toolbox that it's supposed to have. And then of course the black floor tread stuff, which is, it's like a gritty type tread. It's I think it's called like stair tread liner or something like that. It's for stairs, but I just cut the yellow strip and stuff off and make it into this. And I took a factory one like this one here, and that's my template for that. So I decided, instead of just like freehanding it and just kind of guessing the measurements, I decided to actually do it right for once. But the next thing would be the dash, which is down there. It needs some help, so I need to figure that out, and then get that painted and then put in. Then I also need to clean up the inside of the dash here. So you can see that is the original paint right there, and that's my repaint. So if you get them both here at same view, that looks pretty close. Mine just has, it's a slightly more bluish tint than the original. And mine has, of course, metallic, and it's clear coated and a lot shinier, but close enough. I restore these pretty much to go by the catalog picture. So from every catalog picture I could find, they look just like this anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the battery tray figured out, the inside of this dash cleaned, possibly something with the engine, and I'll come back and show you that. Okay, so I got the engine bolted in for the most part. Actually, it's bolted in there with all 4 bolts. Got the throttle cable hooked up, so that works now. So when I move it, it moves the throttle on the engine. I do have to zip tie this to the engine. And I also need to put the decal on the recoil, but I'll do that when I do the recoils on the rest of it. The next thing to do is to put the clutch together and all of that stuff, and put a belt on it and all that. I am going to do something different for a muffler other than this one. One of the shaker can ones is what I'm hoping to use. That would probably come out about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bunch of that stuff done, and I'll come back and show you that. Okay, so as you can see, I've made a pretty good decent amount of progress on it. Got the side covers put on, got a belt put on it, gas tank with zip ties. And you might be wondering why I left a little bit of the zip tie attached to there. And that's so I can stick a screwdriver in here and release it and reuse them if I ever need to take the tank off. I haven't driven it yet. I just pushed it from the shop to here, but everything looks like it'll run and drive, so it should. So that's what I'm going with. So I think all that's left would be the decals for the dash and shifter area. The hood is already painted. I need the grill painted, the side grill corner painted. The dust caps, they were missing on this tractor when I got them, so I gotta find them somewhere. I'm sure I got them laying around someplace. And I need to paint white the front mower deck hanger for this side, and a black mower deck hanger for the back. This side one's already in. But otherwise, I think that is it on this. This will get a final video all finished up on its own. And I'm going to make kind of a special video with that, because it is basically identical to one of my favorites, which is this. Basically, it's twin, the 71 Hydrotrack 14. The only difference is this is a hydro and that's a stick shift, but we won't talk about that. That one there doesn't have the cracked engine in it. So this is the time of the video where I talk about what's going to be happening soon and blah, 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 I guess. So you probably noticed below this video or above it, depends what you're watching it on, that I have 2,000 subscribers. At the time of filming, I had slightly under 2,000, but I'm sure by the time you're seeing this, I have 2,000. So the video I did at the Indiana graveyard in 2021, apparently it was recommended on somebody else's video that was really popular or something. And at the time of me talking right now, it has 83,000 views. So I have no idea how that happened for sure, but it's kind of crazy. And good thing I have monetization turned on that, because I just signed up for that a couple months ago and finally got that all figured. But anyway, what you are looking at here is my 72 Suburban 12, and you can still see a little glimpse of orange where some paint was missed there. But what you see on here is literally all I have painted for it, because I didn't paint the dash, hood, or grille yet. And I actually don't have a grille for this. So I have the hood, dash, and everything else, just no front grille. So I got to figure that out. I don't have front tires either, but I have tires but no rims. So I'll look around and I'll find something. But anyway, you'll see a video of this when it's finished. Of course, I got the GT18 frame right there. And I'll show you this other stuff. So here we are out back again. So if you saw my last update video, I'm not going to talk about pretty much any of these other machines, but I'm going to show you some progress. Got to set the camera down. I'm going to show you some progress here on this stuff. So this is a 76 SS14, which I guess I already painted the inside of the frame black. Totally forgot I did that, but I did. But this is going to be a Roper 16T, like I was mentioning in that other update video. And there is the hood and dash for the Suburban 12. And of course all the other stuff for the 16T that is this SS16 frame. Nothing else in here has been changed. But I do have an upcoming project here that I do want to show you, for those of you still watching. So a while ago, I bought from an auction this Jacobson reel mower thing. And what I came up with is I'm going to tear everything off of this, and I'm going to make a miniature road grader with it. So you would sit someplace here and face that way. And it's hard to really see what's what here because I'm in the pile of metal I got. But it would have this tube steel go down the center with one wheel in the front. And it's just the right shape to have a blade come down and like hydraulic tilt and lift for being a miniature road grader. And it does have, you know, hydraulic motors right in the wheels, so it's pretty heavy duty. I have all kinds of hydraulic stuff for this that I need to do something with because it's just sitting there. But that'll be a future video. I don't know when, but within the next couple months. But yeah, thanks for watching. More on the SS14, Suburban 12, the GT18, the 16T, and then that thing over there, and who even knows what else. But anyway, thanks for watching.